You're planning a picnic, but the forecast says there's a 20% chance of rain. What does that mean? Can you really predict the weather? You might be surprised at how easy it is to calculate probability. Let's dive in and find out. Imagine you have 10 friends, and 2 of them always bring umbrellas. If you pick one friend at random, what's the chance they'll have an umbrella? It's 2 out of 10, or 20%. You can use this same idea to predict the weather. Think of probability like a game of chance. Imagine you have a jar with 10 colored balls, and 2 of them are red. If you reach in and grab one ball at random, what's the chance it'll be red? It's 2 out of 10, or 20%. You can use this same idea to predict the likelihood of an event. For example, if you flip a coin, there are 2 possible outcomes, heads or tails. If you roll a die, there are 6 possible outcomes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You can use these outcomes to calculate probability. So, how do you calculate probability? It's actually pretty simple. You count the number of favorable outcomes, which are the outcomes you want to happen. Then, you count the total number of possible outcomes. Finally, you divide the number of favorable outcomes by the total number of possible outcomes. For example, if you want to know the probability of rolling a 6 on a die, you would count the number of favorable outcomes, 1, and the total number of possible outcomes, 6. Then, you would divide 1 by 6, which equals 0.17 or 17%. You can use this same formula to calculate the probability of any event. Let's use a real-life example to demonstrate how probability works. Imagine you're playing a game where you have to roll a die and get a 6 to win. What's the probability of rolling a 6? You can use the formula we learned earlier to calculate the probability. First, you count the number of favorable outcomes, 1. Then, you count the total number of possible outcomes, 6. Finally, you divide the number of favorable outcomes by the total number of possible outcomes. This gives you a probability of 0.17 or 17%. You can also use a tree diagram to visualize the possible outcomes and calculate the probability. So, why is probability important? It's used in many real-life situations, such as predicting the weather, insurance, and medical diagnosis. For example, doctors use probability to diagnose diseases and predict the likelihood of a patient's recovery. You can also use probability to make informed decisions, such as deciding whether to bring an umbrella or not. By understanding probability, you can better navigate the world and make more informed decisions. It's a powerful tool that can help you in many areas of life. So, what did we learn today? We learned that probability is a measure of the likelihood of an event. We learned how to calculate probability using the formula, number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of possible outcomes. We also learned how to use tree diagrams to visualize the possible outcomes and calculate the probability. These are important concepts that can help you in many areas of life. Remember, probability is all around us, and understanding it can help you make more informed decisions. Next time, we'll explore how to use probability to make predictions. We'll learn about conditional probability and how to use it to solve real-life problems. It's going to be a fascinating lesson, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss it.